Oh, we're off and running here. Big D Energy post-game, post-mortem, Monday. Lions fall to the Seahawks. Neil Rule, Lindsey Hunter, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter. All right, we're done with the draft stuff. You guys promised me. We're done with the draft stuff, all right? So now we push on. That being said, Brennan, where's Jack Campbell? Why draft him in the first round and not play him? All right, we're done.
He played.
We're done. Brandon. And I said, I teased this before we went to the break. I said, oh, by the way, subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast.
5
iTunes,
stars.
Spotify, Spreaker. How many stars?
5 stars.
5 stars, please. Rate, review, subscribe, all that business. All right, Brandon. Because I said, I know the moment when that game was lost. And Brandon says, when we came out on offense after stopping them on fourth with 1:50 to go, worst offensive plan ever. And I thought it was a little soft. I did. I was like everybody else. I was a little stunned. That is not when we lost that football game. You want to know when we lost that football game, Lindsey?
When did we lose?
And Spenmo will mark me on this, BMG too, because they've heard me talk about this before. Yesterday, the Chiefs sucked for the entire first half.
They were bad.
And punched one in with a minute to go in the first half. Got the ball to start the second half, third quarter, went right down the field and scored a touchdown. They're losing 6-0. Boom, they're up 14-6, and away they go. The situation played out for the Lions. They dodged a bullet with the missed field goal.
Right.
After they were in a spot where they could have capitalized. They're up 14-7. They're getting the football. You go down and score, a la like the Chiefs did. Can we agree they're a good football team?
Yes.
Even though they're not playing well? They're a good football team.
Absolutely.
We watched the Patriots do this for years. The masters of it. They kind of turned me on to this because I was like, man, they always do this. They're getting the football up 14-7. Montgomery fumbles. Seahawks score. They tie the game. Now it's a game. Now it's a game. Now it's on serve. Now it's a game. You had to get points coming out of the locker room, man. To me, you damn sure can't turn it over. And they did. And look, myself, Spenmo, I'm a big David Montgomery guy. But he put it on the ground and you can't. You know who'd be the first person to say that to you? David Montgomery.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you back me up on this one.
No doubt.
When Lindsey
No doubt.
Hunter doesn't play well, who's the first person that knew he didn't play well?
Me. So, hey. But I still think we can blame play calling. We can blame fumbles. We can blame. If you watch the game and watch the game in its entirety, Seattle never seemed like they were out of the game. Like, even when the Lions were up, Seattle never seemed like they were out of the game. And that worried me. When I watch games and I'm like, okay, we're winning, but dang, can't put these dudes away. And that's what it felt like. And that's what it ended up being.
No, and it was. And look, the following statements are true. And this isn't me apologizing for the Lions or anything like that. Can we take a look at what they had? That was a playoff team last year, the
Absolutely.
Seattle Seahawks.
Absolutely.
They have a Hall of Fame coach.
Right.
2 Hall of Fames. College Hall of Fame, Pro Hall of Fame.
Right.
Dual Hall of Fame coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We talked about that before this happened. We said Pete
100%.
coach his butt off.
And he certainly did. They were down 2 tackles and in the second quarter down a center. And the Lions got no pressure. Did not take advantage of it at all.
And Geno's not the most mobile quarterback. He can run, but for the most part, he wants to sit in the pocket, and we still couldn't
get to him.
Yeah, couldn't get to the guy, man.
So, again, I mean, those are all the factors that were in play. All those previous statements are true. Hall of Fame coach, NFL playoff team last year, who also was coming in desperate after a Week 1 loss.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, the people that were on there talking about 44-13 and the Seahawks should just not even get on the plane and all that kind of stuff. They're a good football team, man. They're a playoff team in the NFL.
Yes, definitely.
So,
And you can say what you want about Geno Smith. He has resurrected his career, and he's playing well. He's playing really good football.
there's nothing else you can say about that. That's a factual statement, man.
Right.
And again, for me, it goes back to that. And you can get into it, and I'm seeing all the talk right now about Steven Seibert, punt, kick field goals. No. See, that is the one that I'm cutting off right there. Because everybody on here, thousands of you last week here at Woodward, the fake punt at your own 20, you're like, oh, that's Dan Campbell. That's my coach. Let's go, Dad.
Yep.
No, you guys don't get to do that shit today.
Yep.
You do not get to do that. And oh, by the way, passing up on 2 field goals resulted in 1 touchdown. That's math. That's what happened. They got a touchdown. They passed on 2 field goals. That's the way football is played in the NFL now. It's a touchdown game. So, no, I'm cutting you guys off right there. I'm not having that, man. Last week, lines were lit up. Text lines were lit up. Oh, that's Riverboat Gambler. That's Dan Campbell. You don't. No blackjack players going into the casino and winning 100% of hands, dude. Nobody. I'm not having that shit today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I put that out there yesterday, on Twitter. Like, it's not on Dan Campbell. You can't say, oh, Dan Campbell should have done. No, he's going to coach how he's going to coach. You can't turn the ball over 3 times, and you can't not sack Geno Smith. Your only sack from a linebacker when you have an offensive line missing its 2 starting tackles, that can't happen.
Right.
That cannot happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Alex Anzalone was the only one who got a sack.
Yeah, and again, that can't happen. And for all the people, again, and I know, like, with my history, people are going to roll their eyes at this. But again, I'm only dealing with factual statements today. Factual statement. We're 2 weeks in. Aiden Hutchinson doesn't have a sack. And I was told he was going to get 15 this year. I'm not being a dick about it, dude.
No, but it's still early, man.
I know, Lindsay, I know what, I'm not saying it's over.
But I understand what you're saying. For all the talk, and we watched him against the Chiefs, he didn't get a sack, but he pressured the quarterback. He had Mahomes. Mahomes, of course, will run and scramble, but he caused some turmoil against the Chiefs, and it seemed to not be as much against Seattle for whatever reason. I don't know, but how much blame does Jared Goff get in this? Like, he played a solid game. I thought.
Brought him back. They were down 10 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He brought him back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not the one calling the plays out there.
Pick 6 hurts.
Yeah, and by the way, oh, man, I meant to send you that during the break. Anyway, I saw a tweet from Brad Galley that Dan Campbell intimated yesterday that Gibbs ran the wrong route, which my group of friends, I was sitting there watching, I'm like that it didn't look right the whole time. He got hit as he threw. Like, what are you going to do, man? If he ran the wrong route, what are you supposed to do? And you know he did, because Campbell talked about it in the post game. He wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also, too, who did we see towards the end of that game at the running back spot?
Craig Reynolds.
You see what I'm saying? Like, for the people that are clamoring for Jahmyr Gibbs, Lindsay, that tells me, when you reconstruct all this, that tells me he ran the wrong route, man.
Okay, yeah, he ran the wrong route. I mean, and, rookies are going to rookie sometimes. We talked about that.
I'm the inventor of the, if you're betting on a rookie parlay, you're dead.
But just because somebody runs the wrong route, you throw the ball away, right?
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Look, got hit as he threw what? Okay, so he needs to be interception free at an NFL record capacity for you to win games.
No, we're not saying that, but that particular play was a pick 6.
Okay.
That kind of
sucks.
No doubt. No doubt. But I'm not having that, man. Like, he went out there and made plays yesterday.
Yeah, he made plays. But he made a mistake also.
Sure. And he brought you back when you were down 10 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
How often does that happen? Very rarely.
He did. But got to throw it away, man. Some kind of way. You got to figure out how to Brock Purdy it.
William Rhodes says, with that defense, Goff needs to be perfect. Is that, I mean, are we getting there?
Well, first we were ranting and raving about the defense week 1. Everybody was talking about how everybody was flying around. Oh, man, look at the D-backs flying to the ball. Now the defense, we have to be perfect?
The duality of man.
Are you serious?
It's Cody Ingle. 121 QBR rating for Goff. Save the Goff blame.
Goff had a great game, except for the pick 6.
Yep.
I'm salty. So if a guy runs a wrong route, just throw a pick six. Sounds right. Salty, if you're throwing the ball where he's supposed to be and he's not there, that's what happens. What are we doing today, man? I made it 26 minutes today. This was the mark of the end. 20. And Lindsay, like I'm not fall off the cliff the way everybody else is.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm not. You played an NFL playoff team against a Hall of Fame coach with a quarterback who's playing pretty well, that was coming off a loss.
That you couldn't touch.
That you couldn't get to. Thank you, Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Like that's it for me. Parlay that with the halftime clock, the end of the second quarter, beginning of the third quarter. You don't get a sack in this league, you're dead. You're
Pretty
dead.
tough.
It's pretty simple, man. It's all pretty simple.
Mark Larson said, Lindsay, passes are thrown to a spot. Pass was in the air before Gibbs cut. I understand certain routes require the pass to be thrown to a spot. Larson, I know that. I actually played football. You understand that part? So, but yet and still, some of the mistakes you make are gravely when you throw a pick six. It's just, that's how this league is, man. And I'm not blaming Goff for it. Gibbs ran the wrong route. You know, he was hit as he threw the ball. That happens.
Right.
You know.
I mean, granted, it hadn't happened for the last almost 400 pass attempts. But, you know, hey,